Hey guys, good afternoon. It has been a while. I'm not even sure how long it's been. So hi. So I have something to share today. Something that I relearned that I don't think I'm gonna forget it this time. And that is that you never know what someone is going through, and to always be kind. And that's always super important to me, honestly. But there's just some circumstances where, for me, anyways, like I get so offended or I get so injustice that I forget. So here's the story, and just here's the story. So this morning at work, waitressing at the restaurant that I work at, there was a guy that came in, and he was super flirty, baby girl and baby, and just super flirty. Um, and he didn't tip, among everything else. Like it just made me like I was like, really, another one of those dudes. And I was talking about him in the back, and I was kind of upset about it. I was offended, and I wasn't considerate in any way, and I was definitely not behaving in a way that Jesus would have been happy with, was happy with, I'm sure. And then he walks back in, and he's crying, and he asks for me. And he tells me, after he hands me my tip, he tells me, thank you, because he had been planning on coming to the restaurant, getting his belly full and going and jumping off of a bridge. And something somewhere, I don't want to give myself credit because I don't get the credit, and I know that, especially the way that I was behaving. um something somewhere in our interaction made him change his mind. So I got to walk outside with him for a minute, and I told him a little bit of my own story, that my suicide attempts, and a little bit of my history, and how we all have hope, and how God breathes his life into us for a reason, that none of us have no purpose, that we all have a purpose. And I prayed with him, and prayed that God would fill him up and fill him with the things he needs, and encourage him and show him his purpose. And he just kept crying and kept hugging me. And I don't know what happened to the guy. I hope I see him again. He says he comes in there all the time, and maybe I'll see him again. I hope that I do. And if somehow you get to see this, you're seeing this, I hope you know that I will probably pray for you for the rest of my life, and that you do have a purpose. And this also goes for anyone else who's in that place. I've been there too. And I want you to know something. I want you to know that I've been in that place. I've been in the place where I'm writing notes in my journals, hoping somebody will read it and stop me, and then it's not successful anyways, and I wake up when I was never supposed to. And I've been in that place where somebody interrupted my plan, or like where I couldn't figure out a way that I knew would be successful, and it's all I can think about. I've been there, and now I get to be on the other end where someone finds hope in me. So if you're in that place, if you're where I was and where this man was earlier today, there's hope. There's hope. You don't have to let the sadness win. You know, you can step into the hope that you have. If you have breath in your lungs, then God put that breath there, and you have a purpose. But that's so important for everyone to hear. But the reason I'm making this video is because, like, my goal every single morning, I ask the Lord to make me a blessing, to use me, to give me his heart and his eyes for people, and I still miss it. I still miss it. Like, this dude, yeah, sure, he was flirty, and I totally have a ring on, and yeah, sure, like, he didn't tip me, and that's kind of crappy, but you never know what someone has going on. And I want to use this for myself to never forget, and I hope someone else, the next time somebody else is going through something and does you in some kind of way that's not fair, maybe you'll get treated unfairly, and maybe there's not even a reason. We don't usually actually get to know, but that's irrelevant, because you might be saving someone's life by not reacting poorly. We can say a prayer instead of getting mad. Whatever it is, like, everyone's got something going on. And one of my coworkers said, "Man, that's heavy for 8 o'clock in the morning." But this is the reality. That's the reality. Like, there's no telling how many times we've all been a deciding factor for something that someone else did or didn't do. Maybe not that big, but and I just want to encourage everyone, including myself, to not look at all your encounters with people, especially the ones that aren't the best, through the veil of yourself, through the veil of myself. But to always remember to, no matter what, be kind. I mean, like, come on. The Son of God, the King of the universe, when he was down here walking in the dirt with us, that he didn't have to do, lived for 3 years with the man he knew would betray him over to be tortured and killed, and never responded to knowing that. So if he can do that, I think we can be kind when someone doesn't tip us. I was kind to him. I have to let you guys know that I was kind to him. But what I said back there in the waitress station wasn't kind. Lord, forgive me. Thank you for the opportunity to be used by the Lord, even when I'm so imperfect. And I don't really know how I'm going to end this. I don't know how to end something like that. Just God is good. God is good, and we all do have hope, and we all do have a purpose. And you guys all remember that. Be blessed.